From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. In the legendary brush country of South Texas, where giant bucks roam, lies the Nuna Ranch, owned by game management pioneer Sammy Nooner and run by ranch manager Gene Naquin. The Nuna Ranch is, without a doubt, the premier destination for hunters looking for trophy whitetails.
I've always heard of the Nuna Ranch. I've seen the kind of deer they have. Their breeding programs and just their management of their deer is legendary. They have some giant deer.
Incredible South Texas typical deer, non-typical deer. You never know what you're going to see out there.
This type of thick brush country was the type of terrain and habitat that big bucks just prefer and would be likely to be found in.
With camera crews in tow, we sent 4 hunters into the field with one goal: bring back a trophy. We'll start that adventure with Mike Wiltie.
Of all the terrific bucks that are here on the Nuna Ranch, there's one particular deer that I had the opportunity to see in some photographs, some trail cam pictures that Gene Naquin, the ranch manager, had sent to me, had emailed to me, and in looking at this particular deer from among several others, I said, Gene, that's the deer that I would like to go after with my bow and arrow.
Solid. Dude, did you hear his body? Oh yeah, that's a good shot. Oh yeah, that's good red blood. Look at that right there. Man, that's what I wanted to see. Man, that's... Look, here he is. Here he is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at him. Look at it. Oh, man, am I proud of that deer. I'm so proud of that shot. Look at this deer. Oh man. God, a mass. Look at this huge body buck. The antlers, this is unbelievable. I've never seen a buck like this. The main beams on his deer, they go on forever with the mass. This deer is something like I have never seen before in my life. His main beams come down and blunt off, and they're still in like velvet. This is October 7th of 2012. Bow and arrow hunting on the Nuna Ranch in D'Hanis, Texas.
Believe it or not, we're just getting started. Up next, we'll join an old friend as he gets a look at the biggest buck of his life. Cabela's Deer Nation. If your passion is whitetail hunting, then Cabela's Deer Nation was produced for you. Check out Cabela's weekly webisode. It's available online whenever you want to watch. We'll be right back with more from the field on Americana Outdoors.
Get lost in the hunt, not the wilderness. Hunt with Garmin.
It's for those who get up early on weekends and those who'd rather rough it than take it easy. It's for those who know it's not just a sport, but a way of life. The new Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system keeps food fresh up to 5 times longer with a rugged design and 12-volt adapter cord for easy use in the field, ensuring your game and fish is fresh when you need it. The Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system. Fielded fresh, sealed fresh.
My passion is rim fires. Which is why I hold the spot-on advantage. And there are a million more like me, using Spot On to build confidence when shooting farther with more precision than ever before. The next generation of shooting accuracy has arrived. Join us.
This portion of Americana Outdoors is presented to you by Garmin. Follow the leader. By Cabela's. It's in your nature. And by Yamaha ATV. Real world tough. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors from the Nuna Ranch. Shane Lyanna, the founder and owner of Do All Outdoors, has been around on some of our most memorable journeys, and it only seemed natural that he join us on this adventure as he and Do All Outdoors celebrate their Sweet 16 in the retail hunting industry.
You know, Do All Outdoors started, literally we're going into our 16th year. It's hard to believe it's been that long, but it started with an idea. It started with, basically a better mousetrap. And so the expansion of Do All over the last 15 years and coming up with all kinds of innovative, clay target systems, reactive targeting systems, all of this has really culminated into over 200 products and growing. And the passion that we have for shooting sports and hunting and coming up with new hunting accessories is still at an all-time high.
Flying in at the last minute, Shane made a quick stop at the range to make sure the airlines didn't knock anything out of whack. Satisfied, he loaded up and set out for the blind with ranch manager Gene Naquin.
Plan is we're going to get into a ground blind on a food plot where this deer's been seen several times coming out into the food plot, and we got this tip blind placed in there, so we got a good where he's coming out, and see if we can get a shot at him.
I flew in yesterday morning, jumped in the car. We headed out into the woods trying to do an afternoon hunt. Starting to get a little dusk. It was about 5:20, 5:30. First buck came out.
Okay, that's the one he was running with. So that deer's probably
And then about 20 minutes later, the buck that everybody got excited about came out, and as soon as I saw him, I knew that was the one. He basically filled up the road with his head. When he came around the corner, that's all I had to look at. And Gene said, this is the one. And so, from that point forward, I looked at his body and not his rack, so I made sure that I could stay focused and calm and not lose my mind. When you look over and you can see a bunch of antlers at about 60 yards, you know it's a monster.
Shoot whenever he gets broadside. Oh, go ahead and shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him. Good shot. Good shot.
Oh, he's down.
He's down.
Oh, God, I got that one.
He's fixing to go, man. He's fixing to go. He's fixing to go. Smoked him.
Oh,
You
man.
did right. You was fixing to go. I mean, Rusty, I hope you was on him, buddy.
I just absolutely took the buck of a lifetime, and you know, it's an over a 200-inch deer with, you know, I asked Wade, I told him, you know, if ever there's a chance you guys can scout me out a buck with a drop tine, please do. And I got the trifecta on this one because he's got a triple drop, and it was just super exciting. Oh, wow. Look, just like I said,
Yep.
that exit wound.
Here.
Thanks, buddy. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness. What?
Look at the mass on this deer. Drops.
That is insane. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I mean, he's growing another beam over here.
He
He
is
is a mutant.
probably 23 inches wide, maybe 24.
Yeah, it was one of the neatest deer I've ever seen, and it's got just some incredible character. It's exactly what I was looking for.
The Nuna Ranch, real hunts for real trophies. For information, give them a call at 830-741-8614. Coming up, we've got more trophy whitetail hunting from the Nuna Ranch. Visit AmericanaOutdoors.com and register to win. We've got gear from our sponsors, and we're giving it all away. We're also giving away fishing trips and hunts of a lifetime. Check out AmericanaOutdoors.com for all the details and deadlines. Now, when it comes to wildlife management products and services related to raising big whitetails, you don't have to look any further than Mummies Incorporated. Located in South Texas, Mummies has been the leader in wildlife management products for over 20 years and know what products it takes to get the job done right. We're the largest independent dealer of Purina's Antler Max line of deer feeds, in addition to our famous brand of Mummy's deer corn that's utilized on ranches all across South Texas. We have a wildlife specialist on staff to answer your deer management questions and help you out with your deer program. At Mummy's, you're a part of the wildlife family and not just a customer.
We try to be here for more than just some place to stop and pick up feed. We're here to answer anybody's questions and any kind of wildlife-related instances.
Before you make your next purchase of any wildlife-related items, be sure to check out our website at www.mummiesinc.com to see how we can help you out.
Julie Golaski, Smith & Wesson Consumer Program Manager and World Champion Shooter.
Joe Zanetti, Smith & Wesson Finishing Specialist and lifelong hunter.
Jim Dalton, Smith & Wesson Master Gunsmith. I shoot competitively, and so does my son.
Our people, our products, our passion. Smith & Wesson.
This is where 10 Point was born.
before there was a factory or a business plan. Rick Bednar and his dad Bill started this company with a shared focus. 10 Point remains the industry standard for quality and performance. Rick and his sons are making sure of that.
If I wouldn't shoulder it, we wouldn't build it.
10 Point crossbows. There is no substitute.
This portion of Americana Outdoors is brought to you in part by Bradley Smoker, food smoking the easy way. By Nikon Sport Optics, binoculars, scopes, and rangefinders. And by Thompson Center Arms. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors from the Nuna Ranch. It's early morning, and we're in the field with Do All Outdoors' Scott Witted.
We got to the stand at about 6:15, so we had about a half an hour before light, and it was extremely foggy. It was actually really exciting because you'd see deer move in and out of the fog, and there was one deer in particular that we got on film, and he came through the fog, and it was just like all of a sudden you just saw his body, and then all of a sudden his horns appeared, and so it was pretty exciting. And you never got a really good crisp view of any deer actually, unless they walked within 15 yards of the stand. Well, we had sat 3 times at that one location, and we were looking for a particular deer. Come to find out, he was chasing a doe, pushing her pretty hard, and there was a good chance we weren't going to see him where he had been. So Wade made the decision that he wanted to try a new location, and I'm like, great, let's do it. And so we grabbed the tripod, and they went to a different area of the ranch.
All right, so tonight we've got to change the location. We're going to be sitting on an oat field. The weather's changed quite a bit, and we want to find a little bit more open area because not only has the weather changed, but the buck's attitude has changed in the last 48 hours. We've watched him go from being kind of attentive to the does to the last 24 hours. The deer have really started to bow up a little bit and get a little bit more aggressive towards the does. We see more deer chasing does, so we want to get a little bit more open setting tonight and see if we can just see a little bit more activity in an open area. So we're going to hit this food plot this evening.
I love sitting on food plots. I love the whole idea of them. I just like the management part of that, whether it be food plots or mineral sites or things like that. I really enjoy the management part of it, and seeing a big food plot like that got me pretty excited. Probably half hour to 45 minutes into it, this really, I saw the body of this really large deer, and I lifted up my Nikons and looked at him, and I saw the horns. It was a really heavy 10, narrow, but had really good mass for the 10-pointer. And he came out, and he wasn't out there 2 minutes, and something spooked him, and he disappeared. And we probably went a half an hour without seeing anything. And I was, looking to my right, my left, and I heard trees moving. I looked back, and there was this 6x6 that was just working this tree over, and he was thrashing his head, and it was actually great. He was obviously announcing his presence to the other animals when he came out. At that point, I knew I wanted to try to harvest the animal, but I just had no shot. Then all of a sudden, he just started walking straight towards me for no reason that I can figure out. He just wanted to come across that food plot, and he was coming across it, and he kept coming and coming, and he ended up probably 35 yards from us. I started feeding on the oats.
Well, I know I made a good shot on a deer, and been standing up here shaking for about 10 minutes, but getting ready to get down and go look for him. I saw him go down right, not more than 40 yards to my left.
I started shaking a little bit, and actually a lot of it, and honestly, I couldn't wait to get out of the stand. I know I had to wait a little bit, and because I couldn't see him. I heard him go down, I knew where he was, but I needed to be patient and wait a little bit. I didn't want to literally run out of the stand, but if I had my way, I would have jumped out of the stand if I could.
So this is my biggest deer in my life by far. And he's a 6x6 to boot. That is, it's been a great day. Let me tell you that's been a great day.
Coming up, we've got more trophy whitetail hunting from the Nuna Ranch. When Americana Outdoors goes into the field, we take along Nikon Sport Optics above any other brand. For binoculars, rangefinders, and rifle scopes, you can find the complete selection of Nikon optics online at Cabela's.com. We'll be right back with more Americana Outdoors.
If you're growing a garden, flowers, or houseplants, kick them into high gear by spraying Plant Power.
Here at the Clinton Presidential Library, Plant Power works for us.
We would not think about growing a crop without Plant Power.
I use Plant Power on everything on our farm.
Plant Power helps me grow more food for my deer.
Plant Power works great on my ball fields.
I'll never grow a garden without Plant Power.
Plant Power works for us.
Farmers use it, and so do we. Plant Power from Delta Ag.
When's the last time you shot all these animals with the same rifle? Now you can do it for real. The Dimension bolt-action platform is the most advanced bolt-action rifle ever made. It shoots multiple calibers just by changing components and guarantees minute of angle accuracy. It's time to change the way you think about bolt-action rifles. The new Dimension bolt-action platform from Thompson Center.
Since 1996, Frog Togs outerwear have kept outdoorsmen warm and dry, even in the worst of conditions. Now, Frog Togs have expanded beyond hunting and fishing markets and revolutionized the industry with their patented fabric system. Frog Togs are extremely lightweight and portable. They pack easily in your car, boat, RV, and even on your motorcycle. Best of all, Frog Togs are 100% waterproof and windproof, and yet extremely breathable. Check us out online at frogtogs.com. Frog Togs, stop the rain.
Get lost in the hunt, not the wilderness. Hunt with Garmin.
This portion of Americana Outdoors is brought to you in part by Smith & Wesson, made in the USA since 1852. High-vis shooting systems. And by Do All Outdoors, field-tested and guide-rated gear. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors from the Nuna Ranch. Located just about an hour or so west of the San Antonio airport, the Nuna Ranch has built quite the reputation as a choice destination for hunters seeking trophy whitetails. Now, on our first hunt, Alabama's Mike Wiltie harvested this buck that scored 276 on the Boone and Crockett scale.
This is just unbelievable. Like nothing I've ever seen.
Do All Outdoors' Scott Witted made a great shot, harvesting this classic 6x6. And Do All Outdoors Commander-in-Chief Shane Lyanna took the deer of his lifetime, going into the books with a Boone and Crockett score of 218. But we're not content to stop there. For a hunter, the one memory that will always outshine a big whitetail is taking their first whitetail. And so with that, we'll rejoin Shane Lyanna as he leads his son Caden on his very first hunt. Also in the blind is ranch manager Gene Naquin.
Got him.
Perfect shot.
Good shot. Yes. Yes.
Here you go. What'd I tell you?
This was an opportunity for me to get Caden not only his first buck, but actually a real dandy buck at that. And so just a heck of a trip to come with my kids. This is actually my Christmas present to Caden this year. So it was just a really exciting time. And even though I've shot some really big deer, this is probably one of the ones that I'm most proud of.
Congratulations to young Caden Lyanna on his very first buck. This South Texas beauty is sporting 9 points and scores in at 129 inches. Well done, sir. Now, just in case we haven't made our point yet, we're going to head out on one more hunt. This time we're joining Kelly Jordan in the field with a bow. Sitting in a pop-up blind on the edge of a clearing, Kelly has let this buck work into less than 20 yards. It's a big one, estimated to score well over 200 inches. Kelly just needs to close the deal.
That was unbelievable. That's the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life. Oh, man. Your blood. Blood all over these bushes. It's right where he went. And I think I saw the arrow fall out right about here, and he took off through here. So we got blood trail right here. And it's everywhere.
Well, this is an awesome deer. This is not only the biggest deer I've ever taken, it is the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life. It's unbelievable, this program they have at the Nuna Ranch is amazing. Gene, what do you guys do to get these deer that are giant?
It's all about feed, genetics, and age. You know, we feed them right. We got great genetics here on the ranch, and this is a Class A example of what we grow here on the Nuna Ranch.
Unbelievable. My previous biggest buck was a 160, and that was a buck of a lifetime to me at the time. This deer, I don't know how I ever topped that.
It's the Nuna Ranch. It's where dreams come true.
Well, what more can we say? If you hunt and you want a real shot at a real trophy, then at least give these guys a call. Look them up and check them out. You can find them online at NunaRanch.com or give them a call at 830-741-8614. AmericanaOutdoors.com is your online source for the outdoors. Stay on top of the latest news or catch up on your favorite episodes. You can also find Americana Outdoors on Facebook. Look us up and give us a like. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.